So this is a smart strongbox. Let me pick this thing up because it's not light. But I'm just going to tell you, this is a very unique and interesting product. There's a QR code to download the Smart Life app because this personal protection device holder, safe, money holder, medicine cabinet, whatever you want to use it for, has Wi-Fi, so you can access it remotely via wireless. It has Touch ID. You can click to open it remotely. So it's going to have fingerprint biometrics. It's going to have app control to open it. It's going to have records of what's going on with it. It has a temporary password system, which is brilliant. It has an offline passwording too. So if your internet goes down, somebody needs to open this that you know that you want to give a password. It has a rolling code technology. So that's the remote dynamic. It does have temporary passwords where you can say, my kids can only have it from this hour to this hour, or this day to this day, have access to it. Multiple users and logging. So if this is going to be used maybe as a cash drop in a business, I could see this working really well. So it's going to have two different things. One, this attention label. You don't want to skip that one. It's going to tell you the default code, which is actually 0 6 times. So that's pretty straightforward. So that's one. It's going to have this little box, which has a couple accessories I don't normally see with the personal protection devices. It's going to have the key. So this key here is to be able to open it. Obviously it's a round, bike lock style. It's going to have a USB charging cable here, so you can actually plug it in. If the internal battery dies, you can plug it in and get to it that way. It's going to have this additional security cable. Now, you can cut through these with a really strong pair of pliers. I've seen that happen and I've had to do it in the past. But this allows you to lock it to a vehicle, a table leg, anywhere, a metal pipe. You know, if you just want to quickly lock this down somewhere, maybe you're in a hotel or something, you can loop it through and connect the device. So loop it to whatever you've got that's got an enclosure and connect it that way. So that's this cable. Then it's going to have the information here and a very tiny screwdriver to access the battery, which is cool. This is designed for accessibility and deniability. You know, you want to be able to protect the items that you have, but again, people, if they're really, really interested, they could break or destroy this. But in most cases, for a non-destructive storage, this was going to work out great. Comes with very good packaging. I haven't taken the outer protective packaging off, but it actually has a handle on top. I think they're designing it so that if you were to use this in a business, maybe this is your cash drop box. It is completely battery powered. I love the futuristic design. It's got this kind of white and, you know, faux leather and black look. So you can see this is the front of it. Now I'm going to use my biometrics that I programmed earlier. I'm just going to put my thumb on it. There it goes. I just had to get my thumb at the right angle. So it's going to have an opening like almost like a cash drawer. So I'm going to do that one more time. Works great. What's inside of it when we open it up? Well, it's going to have a elastic strap, and this is to hold your personal protection devices down, if you know what I mean. So this will keep those personal protection devices safely anchored here if this is your device. Let's take a quick tour around the outside. A lot of your safes and strong boxes don't have more than about 4 numbers, which makes them ultimately guessable. This thing has a full 9 and a 0, so it goes all the way to 10 numbers with a star and a pound. So the pound is used as your unlock. Now, I've put a code in here so I can do 1 2 3 1 2 3 unlock, and I can use the code to unlock it. Now, there's actually still the original code, 3 4 5 6 unlock. So it has that original code, but you can add as many codes or remove codes as you see fit. It has a really good manual on how to do it just through the buttons if that's your thing and you don't want to do the smarts of it. If you do want to use the smart capabilities of it, now let me double check and see if it's already connected to my Wi-Fi here. So you can see it's called Insurable Box. In this case, I'm going to tap it. Now, the thing that weirded me out the first time, you notice it's green, it tells you some information, it's got remote dynamic password listed here. But yeah, you can see that there's some buttons for users, alarm. Now if I go to alarm, you can see that the fingerprint I tried just a bit ago didn't work the first time. So it's telling you about that. Now what's interesting about this is when it wakes up, it sends its information via Wi-Fi, but normally you don't need that. So to get it to open remotely, you do have to wake the unit up by touching one of the buttons or getting the thing to awaken. Now I can click the open remotely, hit OK, and now this thing will pop open for me, This I can show you my passcode because it's a dynamic passcode that's only good for 5 minutes. So imagine somebody's staying at your house, or you gave this to somebody and you said, hey, call me for a passcode. You don't have to reveal your passcode to your safe. If you hit this button, you get a rolling code technology. Doesn't require internet access. So it's kind of like a time limited token. 76209534 unlock. There it goes. So that the unit just unlocked, so you can see that. I'm able to open it and access it. And that was using that rolling code here. Now in 5 minutes or under 5 minutes, that code will be invalidated and you'll get another one. So very unique way to give a one-time use code to access something that can't be replayed. So if you want to do it that way. Again, multiple different ways to connect this thing. It does have a connection here. So if I take this is that one that I was telling you about. You put it around an iron pipe or something. You can actually go to the back. It has like a Kensington lock style on the back here. So I can come up to that one. I can push this button in and I can lock it. Now, technically, your person can yank on this all they want and it's not going to go anywhere. So that's the security there. It also does have a key for security. It does come with batteries, so you're not missing out. If you order it, you'll have everything you need. And I can just turn it that way, and I can open the side here. The one thing I would have liked to see that I haven't found in the manual and I haven't seen in anything yet is if you look at the bottom, it has these pads, but I don't see a way to hard mount it through the inside. And that would be kind of hard again with the design, the way that it's set up here. Very sleek design. I haven't even taken the covers off of it, as you can see here. And I can open it. So it's spring loaded here, so when it gets the correct biometric or anything, it will spring eject, and it is removable. You can remove this whole tray if you need to, but there's no way that I saw to actually anchor it, which is the only drawback I can see of this unit. But otherwise, it's been a very interesting unit. There is 4 different ways, plus an additional 2 to unlock it, whether it's biometrics, codes, a backup key in the back, and so on. You can have 50 fingerprints stored within it. You have an actual full button keypad. It's not just 1 through 4. It does have voice control and voice, when you're setting it up, it'll tell you what buttons to press and what you're doing. It does have an emergency backup charging. It has a handle, a safety cable, and a backlit keyboard. So these are all things that are included with it that you may not get with some of the other ones that are out there on the market. So